Today I would like to talk to you about the Cradle series by Will Wight. And in this video I'm going to try to keep it as spoiler-free as possible. Now, of course, if you are the type of person who thinks a book's name is a spoiler in itself, then I don't know what you're doing here. But if you're fine with knowing like what the theme of the book is and what it's roughly gonna be about, then this is the review for you. Hello, I'm Claire and I like some books. And I do love the Cradle series. When I say I love, in this particular case, I mean I thoroughly enjoyed the series, all of the books, like even the lesser ones. But I by no means think this is a perfect book series. In fact, I think I could do like a whole video talking just about the things that I would fix in Cradle. But yeah, I still absolutely love it. In this spoiler-free review, I will try to give you an overview of what the series is about. So hopefully you will get a better sense of, is this something you would potentially like or not? First things first, The Cradle is a fantasy book series that spans 12 books and is of June 2023 complete. The way I like to describe it is this is an anime or manga in book form. And here specifically I am talking about those types of anime that focus on a main male character who is progressively getting stronger and stronger and also accumulates friends along the way. If you ever watched Dragon Ball Z or even One Piece, you will know what I mean. In the end, this is a story about getting stronger despite all the odds being stacked against you in a very fun 12-part package. And also right here is already where you could have an idea of would this be for you or not. The second most noticeable thing about these books is the way that they are written. And I say this with all my love. These books need another round of edits. I personally do not care about beautiful prose. In fact, I hate it when the prose is too beautiful. I prefer the prose to stand aside and let me enjoy everything else, for the most part. Here, the easiest thing is to explain to you how most of the sentences here are structured. He was at the floor, taking his last breath. He had no power left in him. But then he found the strength deep inside of him and he pushed the other guy away, turning the battle completely in his favor. I'm definitely over-exaggerating when I say that every single sentence is that type of sentence, especially in battles, but I am not exaggerating by much. I personally find it absolutely hilarious because when I try to write anything, including scripts for videos, something but something else is my go-to sentence structure, which might be why I'm extra sensitive to this type of writing. But yeah, when I do it, I get really frustrated at myself and I try to edit out as many buts as I possibly can. But Will doesn't seem to have that problem, so he just leaves them in there. I have found a way to laugh at that, so I am not that bothered by this type of storytelling. Sentence telling? However, you might be. So, if you are a type of person who loves beautiful prose, exquisite descriptions, and varied sentences, this is not the book for you. No. Go read something else. As much as I don't care about these type of sentence structure things, it really can get repetitive and annoying, especially in the later books when the fights just seem to last forever. Oh yeah, there's gonna be battles in this. Like, this is a story about getting stronger to fight others. Like, I have a cheat sheet of what I'm supposed to talk next. And even before this writing style, I was supposed to talk about characters. But I feel I should talk about the themes next. So blame current me if you think I'm moving through the talking points in the completely wrong order. There are many themes throughout these books that are being tackled more or less seriously, and I like all of them. They are related to family, friends, found family, those types of things. However, the main question the series poses is, do you need to be alone while climbing to the top? And I think that one is done beautifully. I think the first time this theme is introduced is by the end of the second book. There's definitely none of that in the first book. So this theme is not going to be the thing that grabs you from the first moment. It's a thing that you will pick up in the second, third, fourth, so on books. And that might even be the thing that I find most unique about Cradle. I have come across other books that mention this, but none of them go as deeply into it as Cradle does. And I would definitely say that this is the strongest selling point of Cradle for me. For you, it might be world building and the magic system and all of that, but for me, it is the theme of, do you need to climb alone when you're going to the top? I really like that. Other themes that are prevalent in the book are having a loving family, but that doesn't understand you at all. We start book one with that, and we come back to it in the later books, and it's done nicely. It's not as in-depth as I might have liked, but it definitely is there, and I think it's handled well. There's also the theme of what are you willing to sacrifice to advance? That's throughout the series. But yeah, I have been talking about themes maybe too long. I do love me some good themes, so let's talk finally about the characters. I have heard from several places that the characters are not that good here. I would kind of disagree. Not in the sense that these are some very deep and very layered characters that something. No. These characters are caricatures of characters, but they are also kind of layered. Not too many layers, but they do have like two. They're like tiny onions. Or a banana wrapped in shrink wrap. And I think that is exactly what this type of story needs. So therefore, I think the characters are great. Their purpose in this book is to be a vehicle for the story, and I think they were cast well. Cast in the sense of most of the time their actions make sense within the framework of this world, and I think that's fine. And I'm not even gonna give you any names of the characters because even I would consider that spoilers. So the world building, I think, is done exceptionally well. I'm just gonna lump in the magic system with the world building, and we'll just say that that might be the biggest selling point of this whole series. And I have the feeling that the people who love the series, this is the thing that I would say is why they love the series so much. I once again will say that that was the themes, but this is a close second. I also do like the characters, but you know, the themes are at the top. The emotional impact is, I already described it as fun, and I think that's the word to use here. This series is fun. It has laugh out loud moments. It has some I wanna cry moments. But overall, this is more on the light side of reading. Not completely over there, but I would definitely not use the word heavy for this. Now we get to consistency and the ending. So how consistent are the books and how satisfying is the ending? Now, having read them all in quick succession, I can tell you that it is quite consistent, mostly in the fact that it most definitely really needs another round of editing. I think that's the most consistent part. After that, it's kind of how it handles the themes that I mentioned before. It's consistent. They are there. Again, apart from the first book, but we're just going to pretend that the first 3 books are actually one book, and then I'll say it's fine. The ending I have mixed feelings about the ending. It was kind of satisfying, but also disappointing. So, without giving too much away, I think the series has its peak in book 10, Reaper. Like, if I could give out 6 stars once a year to a book, like this book would have gotten it. And then the 11th and 12th book feel like they're trying to wrap up some loose endings, and it's not bad. It's just not at the level of some other books in the series. It's definitely not that bad that I would say do not bother reading the series because the ending ruins it. No. The ending is just like, nah. What I will say is that the 10th book gives you a completely new understanding of the whole world and the story taking place in it, that on rereading the series, you get to enjoy the books even more because you are getting the first layer, the obvious one, but then also the second layer. You get to peel the banana now. Why did I go with that metaphor? It's done now. To summarize in the end, who is this book for? Did you watch Dragon Ball Z and thought, this but with better world building, a bit more planning, and a touch more theme? Then the Cradle series is for you. If, on the other hand, your enjoyment of books stems from the beautiful prose, the amazing sentences, the metaphors, stay away from this one. You will not enjoy this. Again, if you really want to try it, but you will not enjoy it. And that is completely fine. Until the next time you click on one of my videos, bye-bye. And now I get to film the spoiler full review. Is it gonna be a review, or is it more gonna be a rant of all the things that I loved and a few things that I didn't like?